what the haters talking about.
What's up, family? The transgender comedian, actress, and activist Daphne Dorman, who was referenced in Dave Chappelle's Netflix special Sticks and Stones, has been found dead, a victim of an apparent suicide. Here's what she said in what appears to be her final goodbye, a suicide note, so to speak, on Facebook. I'm sorry. I thought about this a lot before this morning. How do you say goodbye and I'm sorry and I love you to all the beautiful souls you know for the last time? There's no good way. That's what I got out of all of that thought. To those of you who are mad at me, please forgive me. To those of you who wonder if you failed me, you didn't. To those of you who feel like I failed you, I did and I'm sorry, and I hope you'll remember me in better times and better light. I love you all. I'm sorry. Please help my daughter Naya understand that none of this is her fault. Please remind her that I loved her with every fiber of my being. Daphne. Okay. When I first read the headline, I was like, oh man, here we go. They're going to try to put this on Dave Chappelle. Clearly, this had nothing to do with Dave Chappelle, but of course, some people will try to make it out to be about Dave Chappelle. Even though Dave Chappelle clearly said in the special that this Daphne person was a friend of his. He said that when he was doing his practice run for his material, she laughed harder than anybody. She laughed before anybody started laughing. So clearly, she didn't have a problem with it. But of course, other people have agendas and they want to try to persuade others to feel the exact same way that they feel. It's like, oh, if you don't agree with me, you don't agree with my lifestyle, then you're transphobic. It's almost like saying because you don't like rap, you're rap phobic. You know what I mean? Or you don't like, or you're rapper phobic or something. If you don't like something and you don't agree with something, you just don't like it, you just don't agree with it. Does not mean that you have a fear of it. Does not mean that you hate it. It just means that you ain't rocking that way. So I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm ready for all of y'all that try to put this on Dave. I'm going to be ready for you. I'm going to defend them with every fiber I got. You know why? Because Dave Chappelle is a good dude. A real good dude. And yeah, he's not going to always say things everybody agree with. He's not supposed to. You're not supposed to agree with every damn position that a person has. But what's funny is that I've seen people agree with most of the things that Dave Chappelle would say, and then he'll say one thing that they don't agree with. Oh, that Dave. That's how people do. I mean, they do me the same way, so I'm used to it. I just feel like there is no way possible for you to be all things to all men, all women, and if you try, you are going to fail miserably. You need to do what you think is best for you and your family. And as long as you're doing it in a productive and righteous manner, you shouldn't be too much concerned about what other people think. Because people are going to always have an opinion. And we got to stop this whole go along to get along thing. I mean, you got to stand for something. Some people would just, whatever people say, this is cool, that's what they'll jump on. They'll just ride the wave. I know people that'll just ride that wave, whichever way the wind blows, they're just going right along with it. They just go here, no resistance whatsoever. It's almost like in their mind, it's like, oh, this what we're doing now? Okay, this what we're doing? Okay, well, I got to do that. Because God forbid I rock the boat. So, condolences to Daphne's family, but y'all better raise up off Dave. But, I'm just saying, he can hold his own. He can definitely defend himself. But I just don't like it when people try to blame other people for somebody else doing something, bringing harm to themselves. You know, when a person commits suicide, ultimately it falls on that person who decided that they wanted to take their lives. We all have different things going on in our life from time to time that are what we feel like sometimes the pressure is just too much and we want to end it. Some of us may have extreme thoughts and say, I just don't want to be here anymore. And some of us just kind of like wither away and just, you know, we stop working out, we start eating bad, maybe we start taking drugs, or we just lay up in bed and just be miserable. But ultimately, life is what it is, and life ain't fair, and life ain't easy. And I think the sooner that we get used to that notion, the better off we'll be with dealing with the problems that come along in life. See, the way I live my life, I've been through a lot of stuff myself, just like most of you guys have. But the way I live my life is that I wake up every day thinking to myself that something bad will probably happen. So it's not like I'm a pessimist. It's just that I've embraced the concept that life ain't easy. I've embraced the concept that I'm probably going to face challenges. So when those challenges come, I'm more prepared to deal with them and I don't panic because I expected these things to happen anyway. So I don't panic when things go bad. Do I get upset? Yes, I'm human. I get upset from time to time. But I know how to compartmentalize problems to where they don't rule me. I know how to move that problem to the side and say, and what happens is that invariably my serenity prayer would kick in. God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the strength to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That's like, I've been using that prayer so long. That's my favorite prayer. I've been using it so long that it runs through my veins. And so when something bad happens, it automatically kicks in. So I may sometimes have situations going on in my life where I'll be down, but it don't last typically for more than a few minutes. And even on the high side, a couple of weeks. And I mean, that's extreme. Like a couple of weeks, and then boom, I snap out and I keep it moving. So ultimately, Daphne is responsible for Daphne's death and no one else. So if anybody tries to put this on Dave Chappelle, you let them know the devil is a lie. Raise up off the homie. No more talk.
What them haters talking about?